Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders drew giant crowds in swing states like Wisconsin. And we told you, as Republicans made fun of them, that dismissing the progressive movement as an outlier is no different than when Trump was brushed off 10 years ago. Zohran Mamdani, a socialist and devout anti-Semite, has a 10-point lead in New York City's mayoral race. He has beat establishment Democrat Andrew Cuomo in the primary and is ahead of him right now, with Cuomo running as independent. This is the man who wants city-owned grocery stores and won't condemn the phrase globalize the intifada. He also wants to defund the police. California Governor Gavin Newsom has noticed this progressive movement and is trying to tap into the policies. He is in South Carolina as part of his tour On the Road with Governor Newsom, an extension perhaps of his podcast. There's, of course, speculation the governor will try to run for president in 2028. And time will tell if government-run grocery stores and defund the police work in states like South Carolina and Iowa. Mamdani is the opposite of moving to the middle. And the middle is where swing voters are. That's always been obvious. Think the never Trump folks, who are conservative but will not vote for MAGA. They are now up for grabs. But with Democrats, they are out in the cold. With us now, Bill Kristol, anti-Trump conservative, former chief of staff to Vice President Dan Quayle, editor at large of The Bulwark. Good to see you, Bill, as always. You think about where Trump is right now. Stock market's at a record high. He's had a number of successes. And then you have Democrats moving to nominate and probably elect a guy who wants government-run grocery stores. Is the never Trump middle out in the cold or out in the tundra?
You know, Leland, there are three important elections this November. I'm sure you know that, don't you? Virginia governor, maybe you've heard of Virginia, New Jersey governor, and New York City mayor. Virginia and New Jersey are a little bigger than New York City, actually, but they're comparable in size. I live in Virginia. The nominee is not a left-wing socialist. It's Abigail Spanberger. Yep. She worked for the CIA for 15 years. Is that okay with you in terms of credentials for being kind of middle America, patriotic? Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey, is that okay with you? Navy helicopter pilot for 20 years. So 2 out of the 3 are centrist, hawkish, I would say, mainstream Democrats. 1 of the 3 is a left-winger. So that's the balance of power in the party about. Two out of 3 okay. Members, 2 out of the 3 elect, and incidentally, they're all going to win, or at least I assume they'll win. So that'll be great. Spanberger and Mikey Sherrill, governors of 2 pretty large states, getting a lot of attention. And of course, Mamdani, if he wins, getting attention as well.
So, understood.
And you didn't mention, I don't know why you didn't mention Spanberger and Sherrill. I'm sure you're covering them as much as Mamdani, right?
No, because it seems sort of like boring. I think you would say
boring because it's the truth, Leland. It's the truth.
What you say they're boring and that they are boring and that's the truth?
The truth is they won primaries in this state. Spanberger was so popular she didn't have a primary. In the Democratic Party, that party that's full of socialists, that's so far to the left, that nominates Abigail Spanberger in Virginia and Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey. But New York City, New York City's always been on the left.
Why is Newsom and so many others going so far to the left?
Who's going to the left?
Newsom.
Is he really?
Yeah, down in South Carolina he was. And here, I'll ask you this: I'll play that. Fine. If you don't think that okay, hold on. If you're saying, and you've made this point, that somehow the Democrat, that I'm out to lunch because I'm focused only on the left wing of the Democratic Party, that's some big outlier, and obviously we can all agree that Mamdani is a little bit out there with the anti-Semitism and the government-run grocery stores and defunding the police. Here's Hakeem Jeffries, the leader of the Democratic Party, asked about him. Take a listen.
You have yet to endorse him. Will you be endorsing him, and do you have any concerns about some of his past positions?
Well, you know, he's actually said that he plans to keep the police fully funded. I'm scheduled to meet with him next week, and we'll have a conversation about his vision. I also want to talk to him about the importance of Democrats taking back control of the United States House of Representatives.
Yeah. How do you read that?
I read that as Jeffries being concerned that Mamdani's too far to the left. Jeffries isn't as far to the left, and he's trying to pull him back in. Okay. That's what you do if you're a party leader. The Republicans try to pull your friend Tim Burchett back in. The Democrats try to pull Mamdani back in. Each party has its extremes.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.